Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you might notice that it's a different background. Well, I capitalized on some space inside the house. Well, actually, this is a great thing because when winter comes, it gets a little cold out there. So I'm still going to use the other spot that I still have set up, but I did clean out some area and I was able to arm wrestle for it, and here we are. So this is the kind of the indoor inside the house version here. So anyway, love to get your comments on it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. What I wanted to talk about here is the VA has sent out misinformation, fake news really, to 35,000 veterans potentially. This is kind of a big deal, and if you are one of these 35,000 veterans who have received this information, please put it in the comments. I'd love to hear it, love to see what is going on. So with that, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. Every thumbs up, every minute watched really does help the channel. Many hands make light work, and I appreciate every single one of you. All right, so VA may have sent 35,000 veterans erroneous warnings about home foreclosure. Wonderful. This has been a hot topic, and it has been something that has been talked about quite often over the last couple years after the COVID forbearance was yanked out from underneath everyone. Foreclosure started happening. Then there was this lull for about 5 months while they tried to create something, the VASP program. Then the VASP program got ended, and now a new safety net is in the works. So kind of the timing is definitely not good, and I'm sure that especially if you didn't think you were late and you're getting something saying your house is foreclosed on, pay X dollars or whatever, is probably not a great thing. So let's dive further into this and see what they're saying here. Veterans received letters indicating that they were behind on their VA home loan payments. The VA did not provide an explanation for the issue. That's never good. Get a letter like that and then wonder what you're supposed to do with it. Wonder, well, then who was getting my payments? Let's move on. Thousands of veterans who own their homes with mortgages backed by the Department of Veterans Affairs were stunned recently by a letter from the VA telling them they were at risk of foreclosure, according to members of Congress. Some, if not all, of the letters were sent in error. That's a big error. But the VA has yet to explain to homeowners or Congress why the letters were sent. That's just insane. Democrats on the House Veterans Affairs Committee sent a letter this week to VA Secretary Doug Collins asking for an explanation of the erroneous letters. A congressional staffer told Task and Purpose that veterans who had called the VA after receiving the letter were told that as many as 35,000 homeowners with mortgages through the VA home loan programs had received similar letters. Again, if you were somebody who received one of these letters, I'd love to get those comments. Please put those in. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Quotation here: for many veterans and families, such a notice can cause significant distress, confusion, and financial hardship, even if issued in error. Democrat Representative Mark Takano of California, Chris Pappas of New Hampshire, and Nikki Budzinski of Illinois wrote to Congress. The VA has not explained why the letters were sent or whether any veterans who received one may actually be facing foreclosure. Pete Kay, press secretary for the VA, told Task and Purpose that the agency will respond directly to the representative's letter. Now, here's just kind of a side thought. Let me frame it this way. You, an individual, could potentially get their hands on what they call farm packages from title companies that show all of the individuals that have VA home loans in a given area. they could, fraudsters out there could go, oh, 35,000. Okay, well, I can roll my dice here and go, okay, here's a highly dense populated area. I'm going to get all the folks with VA loans. Probably there's some of those that had received a 35,000, one of the letters of the 35,000 saying that they were behind and what have you. We're talking all kinds of different people. Okay, not everybody's at the same level. Maybe memory starting to go, maybe older, maybe severe TBI. You don't know, right? Everybody's situation is different, so we can never ever just assume that everybody's in the same boat. So now fraudsters are now, in my mind, able to go, okay, well, I'm going to mail out letters now saying, hey, for this much money, that's all you owe, and then that'll bring you current on everything, and your VA loan will be good to go, right? So because they just received a letter directly from the VA, it kind of makes it legitimate in a weird way, and then followed up with another letter from another organization posing, maybe, right, trying to swindle out some cash. So beware is the bottom line. Beware of fraudsters. Beware of all of that stuff. Call the VA directly and have those questions answered. All right, so moving on. Sean Sabal was one of the veterans who got a letter. Quotation here, I was thinking like, all right, well, could it be identity theft? Someone opened up a VA home loan using my info, didn't pay it? Or maybe there was an issue with my escrow account. It went negative. Maybe my mortgage company screwed it up. Sabal, I'm not sure how you say the name, sorry, brother, told Task and Purpose. I was really worried about it impacting my credit. Of course, because you're going, where did the ball get dropped? I was making payments, but like everybody should know, a message sent is not a message received, right? So unless you're confirming it every single time, which, you kind of should, in the sense of every statement you get, it should reflect your last payment. Sabal, a former Marine sergeant, served in the reserves for 6 years and deployed to Central America. He separated in 2017 and took out a loan through the VA in 2018 to buy a home in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Last month, he received a letter which stated that VA loan technician was reaching out because your loan servicer indicated to us that you are behind on your Department of Veterans Affairs home loan payments. The letter said that borrowers who were current with their payments did not need to take action, but for those who had fallen behind, the VA recommended they reach out to their loan servicer. Additional pages had links directing veterans to additional assistance. Sabal opened the letter on Sunday when neither his bank or the VA was open. He monitored Reddit threads overnight where he saw other veterans discussing letters they received. On Monday, he called the number on the VA letter. He didn't get through to a representative, but heard a voicemail with a recorded message. Quotation here, the message was recorded and it says something along the lines of, if you received a letter, it was a glitch or a mistake, you can disregard it. He also contacted his mortgage company, so his servicer, the person he's making the mortgage payments to, where a staffer told him they had no idea about the letter, but assured him he was up to date with his mortgage payments. He was relieved, obviously. He still, however, has not heard directly from the VA. Quotation, I left a message. I have not gotten any follow-ups at all, he said. I'm still kind of unsure of what the next steps are and if there's any action that they need from me. Probably not, since they're saying that it's a mistake on that recorded line, but I get it, right? And nobody's going to care more about your situation than you, so I get it. It's easy to sit there and go, just forget about it. But when it's your house and your situation, you tend to worry a little bit more. The congressional Democrats requested an explanation from the VA of how the incident occurred, what steps have been taken to resolve the issue, and how it can be prevented in the future. They also asked that the VA contact each veteran with an explanation and give them an up-to-date summary of their mortgage status. In addition to understanding how such a broad error occurred, it is equally important to know whether the reverse problem may have taken place, whether some veterans who should have received accurate foreclosure notices did not receive them at all. If so, this would create a separate and equally serious risk, as veterans might be deprived of the opportunity to act in time to protect their homes, they wrote. And sure, I agree with that to a point. You're going to hear from your mortgage servicer, trust me. The mortgage servicer is not going to sit back if you're in a default status and just waiting for the VA to tell you. That's not how that works at all. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. Moving forward, foreclosure program. The erroneous letters come after the VA ended a program put in place during the Biden administration with the goal of helping more than 40,000 veterans avoid foreclosure and stay in their homes. The program, called VASP, the Veterans Assistance Servicing Program, officially ended on May 1st, according to the VA website. The program is no longer accepting applications, but loans approved before May 1st will still be honored. Through the program, the VA would purchase defaulted VA loans from mortgage providers and have veterans instead pay off loans with a fixed 2.5% interest rate. In a statement to NPR about the program's closure, the VA said it was not set up or intended to be a mortgage loan restructuring service. And I get that. The idea of becoming a mortgage servicer, it kind of blew my mind that the VA was going to take that road. They don't service mortgages. They don't lend money in that fashion. They don't have a team of, loan processors processing mortgage payments, collectors reaching out when you're not making your payment, all of that type of stuff. Lawyers, if you fall into foreclosure again, it's a big burden. It's a big task to take on. So really, I think it should have stayed with the mortgage servicers, and they just should have been able to work with you. Moving on. In a statement to NPR about the program's closure, the VA said, again, that it was not intended to be that way. In their letter to Secretary Collins, Democrats wrote that the rash decision left many veterans and families at risk of losing their homes. Against the backdrop, a widespread of distribution of inaccurate foreclosure notices not only undermines confidence in VA's loan servicing operations, but also places undue emotional and financial strain on veterans who rely on VA for accuracy, support, and advocacy, they wrote. With that, thanks so much for watching. Again, I saw this on Task and Purpose. Patty Nyberg, looks like the one who put this together. And this just came out here at the beginning of September 5th, 2025. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you very much. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.